Porter Martone and Michigan State Spartans returned to action and made a statement this past weekend, while Jack Murtagh and Boston University got back on track, and Heikki Ruohonen got his first tough challenge with Harvard. All that and more, so keep it here. Number 1 ranked Michigan State took on the Penn State Nittany Lions, who are ranked number 3 nationally and led by top prospect Gavin McKenna. With a gritty 3-2 overtime win on Friday and a dominant 5-2 win on Saturday. Porter Martone played a role in both games, but really showed up on the score sheet Saturday night with a goal and an assist, pushing his season totals to 4 goals and 11 points in just 8 games. Martone's a power forward with size and skill, a rare combination. He's a tremendous player with A-plus hockey sense, great vision, and the willingness to drive to the net and play in the dirty areas. But what really stands out is how physical he is, not only making plays, but finishing his checks, dominating puck battles, and punishing defenders when he gets the opportunity. His skating may not yet be elite, but his stride is strong. And his puck protection ability, it's already pro-ready. He shields pucks, draws defenders, creates space for teammates, and punishes you if you leave him too much time. For the Flyers, Martone is as close to a plug-and-play high-end winger as any prospect that they've added recently. And this weekend's sweep proves that he's hungry. Meanwhile, Martone's teammate Shane Van Saggy didn't appear on the score sheet in the 2 games, but his value shows in his shift-by-shift work. He forechecks hard, retrieves pucks, and helps set up the tone in Michigan State's checking lines. If you watch these games this weekend, you saw more than wins. You saw a player starting to take over. Porter Martone is sending a message. When the Philadelphia Flyers selected Porter Martone 6th overall in the 2025 NHL draft, they weren't just drafting size, they were drafting an impact player. Scout profiles describe Martone as having the best pure hockey sense in his draft class and highlight his ability to see plays before they happen. At 6'3" and 200 plus pounds, he has the physical tools to dominate in traffic and the hands and vision to create in tight. Some of Martone's strengths are his elite release, his high danger scoring ability, his vision off the rush, and his willingness to drive the net. For example, he posts high rates of scoring chances because he doesn't just wait for plays, he makes them happen. In an NCAA environment, Martone has faced more structured defenses, heavier players, and faster pace. But this weekend's performance suggests he's adapting and even dominating in some instances when he gets to the net and shows the physical side of his game. For the Flyers, the hope is clear. Martone develops into a reliable top-line winger who can both score and dominate physically. If his trajectory holds, he will become a pillar for the Orange and Black sooner rather than later. Next, we have Boston University, and their weekend against Merrimack College was productive in point totals but mixed in consistency. BU won 3-2 in overtime on Friday and 5-4 on Saturday, but the wins still reveal important developments in their roster, especially from a few key Flyers prospects. Friday night, Jack Murtagh potted a goal to spark the team, while Owen McLaughlin added key shifts and looked sharper with every shift. Saturday night, Owen McLaughlin exploded with a goal and 2 assists with BU's win. McLaughlin continues to show that he can contribute in big moments and is developing into a play driver rather than just a complementary forward. Carter Amico, however, is still chasing his first collegiate point despite 11 games. That doesn't mean he's not working. His defensive competence, board battles, and positioning are improving, but the finishing piece has not arrived yet. What stands out this weekend is BU's young forward group is getting more comfortable. Players like McLaughlin and Murtagh are showing offensive upside, and the team's structure allows them to shine. The Flyers love it when their collegiate prospects are in high responsibility roles because that builds confidence, experience, and pro readiness. So let's talk about Owen McLaughlin, who now has 11 points in 11 games for Boston University, 4 goals and 7 assists. That's pretty impressive. What's even more impressive is how he's gotten those points with purpose, intent, and noticeable growth in his offensive game since transferring from North Dakota. Scouting reports highlight McLaughlin's vision, his ability to anticipate rushes, and his emerging two-way game. He rarely cheats for offense. Instead, he positions himself, he sees seams, and delivers. When he gets time in the offensive zone, he maximizes it. Off the puck, he works hard. He backchecks, covers lanes, supports defense, and transitions quickly. That kind of maturity is rare. And for the Flyers, McLaughlin is building trust as someone who can drive possession, produce offense, and adapt to tougher competition. He's not yet a dominant scorer, but he's trending. He's playing smart. He's competing hard, and he's starting to shine. Murtagh, on the other hand, who the Flyers drafted 40th overall in this past summer's NHL draft, picked a forward who brings energy, size, and scoring touch. At 6'1", 200 pounds, Murtagh plays like a power forward with high-end work ethic. Scouting reports praise his linear speed, ability to drive wide, and his fearless play in puck battles. Now, he's not the slickest stick handler, but what he lacks in flashy moves, he makes up for in instinct, physicality, and finishing ability. His defensive awareness and board battles are strengths, but where does he need improvement? Well, it could be a little bit more shifty, more creativity in tight spaces, and a little bit more polish in decisions when he's under heavy pressure. That's normal for a freshman. His projection, however, is still strong. A reliable middle six NHL winger who competes, scores, and makes an impact. For the Flyers, that's exactly what you want. Someone you can count on night after night. With the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Cole Knuble now has 7 points in 10 games, 2 goals and 5 assists. Those are okay numbers considering the strength of Notre Dame's schedule and competition. Knuble's not the flashiest prospect, as we've said on here multiple times, but he is dependable and he's the right fit for the style the Flyers like. Scouts describe him as a hard worker. He's strong on the boards with good speed and the ability to make plays under pressure. He's the kind of forward who gets better every shift because he competes physically, positions himself smartly, and finishes when the chance comes. While he still has to refine his puck handling and speed transitions, Knuble's upside lies in his floor, a pro asset who can be counted on. For the Flyers pipeline, that matters. A depth forward who can climb if he can continue to grow. Next, we have Heikki Ruohonen, a freshman center who played in his first NCAA game for the Harvard Crimson on Halloween night and picked up an assist. He won 11 of 21 faceoffs and had 3 shots in the overtime. This past weekend, he faced a tougher challenge in Colgate. Friday night, Ruohonen picked up his second assist in as many games, but unfortunately, Harvard fell 3-1. Saturday came with an even rougher outing, a 5-4 loss to Colgate, and a -3 rating for Ruohonen. But don't let that -3 fool you. This was his first taste of back-to-back games in college hockey. He plays the middle like a pro, defensively sound, willing to take hits, engage in dirty areas, and move the puck intelligently. Scouts describe him as a two-way pivot with poise, awareness, and a high hockey IQ. Ruohonen's future might be bright. He might be a few years away, but if he builds on the physical side and maintains his vision and continues to learn the speed of the collegiate game, he projects as a reliable NHL center with two-way polish. And lastly, we have Noah Powell over at Arizona State. Noah Powell and his team tied the Colorado College Tigers 3-3 on Friday, but fell 3-1 on Saturday. Powell had no points in the game Friday and didn't even dress on Saturday. It's still early in his college career, and the production seems to have not yet arrived, but the tools are certainly there. Powell's a strong skater, reliable in his own end, shows flashes of vision when attacking off the rush. The challenge now for Powell is consistency. Flyers will be watching how he responds to this lull and how he engages physically and how he can convert opportunities into results. The raw materials for a breakout might be present. Now it's about unlocking them. So this weekend delivered undeniable takeaways for the Flyers college pipeline. Martone absolutely asserted himself while McLaughlin and Murtagh showed momentum. Ruohonen made a promising debut last weekend, and Knuble held his own once again, this time against Minnesota, while Noah Powell might still be adjusting. The common thread, all of them are gaining real experience against tougher competition, and that matters more than any of individual stat line, at least right now. What's also clear is that physicality, transition speed, and hockey IQ are standing out more than just the big numbers here. Flyers are building a culture of pro readiness, players who can handle structure, pace, and contact while still producing. The NCAA remains one of the key proving grounds. And the fact that so many of these young players are stepping up is a positive sign for the Flyers' future. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to give a like and please subscribe to help us on our quest for 2,000 YouTube subscribers. In the meantime, don't forget to keep it high, keep it wide. I'll see you next time on HW Hockey.